My speech is about the JonBenet Ramsey case, and I'm going to start. No one has ever been charged with the murder of JonBenet Ramsey. The case is still open and has been since 1996. Was the murder of JonBenet really an intruder, or was it instead someone very close to her? This case has fascinated me for years. I have wondered about what really happened that night in the Ramsey's house. This case has been covered by many news sources, which makes it very easy to get lots of information. Today, I'm going to first discuss JonBenet's backstory. Then I'm going to tell you who she was and the sequence of events leading up to the murder. Second, I will discuss what we know happened that night. No theories, all facts. Finally, we will discuss the different theories that are tossed around when discussing the case, and we'll also touch on what's going on with the case currently. On the morning of December 25th, 1996, JonBenet Ramsey's parents found her dead in the basement by her father. This is from the official press release from December 2002. We have your daughter.net. I accessed this on October 11th, 2020. Before this tragedy happened, JonBenet Ramsey was a child beauty star. She had numerous wins, which I found on the website called Pageant Star USA, which I also accessed on October 11th, 2020. Now that we know who JonBenet was, let's get into the facts that we really know happened that night in the Ramsey household. JonBenet Ramsey was found dead due to a ligature strangulation along with cranium damage. I accessed this information from the actual autopsy case, which I also found on wehaveyourdaughter.net. These fatal injuries were caused by a homemade strangulation device that was made with things that were already in the Ramsey house. JonBenet's body was also said to have contained pineapple in her stomach, which her parents said they didn't know about. But when the kitchen was searched, a bowl of pineapple was found with Bert's, her brother's, fingerprints on it. This was also found on October 11, 2020, in the official case findings from August 6, 1996. A lot of other evidence surrounding the case was destroyed. The evidence was destroyed when JonBenet's father apparently found her body in the basement and carried her upstairs to the police. Now that we know what happened for sure, let's move on to other theories about what happened that night. There are hundreds of theories about what happened that night, but I am just going to explain the top 4 theories since they're the most plausible. JonBenet's mother was thought to have killed JonBenet. The reasoning behind this was that she was known to be physically abusive to JonBenet, and when the handwriting was sent in to be tested compared to the ransom note, the handwriting of both parents and Bert were also sent in. The handwriting came back that Patsy Ramsey's was very close to it. This theory was made and tested by Officer Donald W. Foster. Now let's talk about JonBenet's father. It seems suspicious that he carried her upstairs when he found her dead. This tampered with a lot of evidence. It makes sense that it could be an inside job. JonBenet was also found with a mark the same size as Bert's toy on her shoulder. The last theory I'm going to discuss is there was a break-in that night in which JonBenet was murdered. There is not much strong evidence proving this theory, but there isn't much strong evidence proving any theory. The windows were found broken, which could mean a breaking and entering. JonBenet's death, ending in JonBenet's death. Now that you know some of the theories to what happened that night, you can make your own conclusion about who is guilty. But we will never know who truly killed JonBenet that night. We talked about her life, what has been proven to have happened that night, and a couple different theories. No one has ever been charged with the murder of JonBenet. The case is still open, but it will soon be closed again and become a cold case that will never be opened again.